But okay, I'd gain the weight, but I still wouldn't be happy.
So what do you do when you're depressed?
I just sort of mope around, do nothing, yell at people.
I don't know. I tried to get myself out of depression by going down to Saskatchewan to a private school, but that made me even worse.
I moved to Edmonton, and I felt very lost because I didn't have any close friends there. And also I started going to university, and the whole university environment to me was foreign. I didn't really understand it. That I had a lot of feelings were starting to surface from within me. A lot of anger, a lot of sadness, a lot of pain. And I didn't know where it was coming from. I didn't know why I was feeling the way I was feeling.
How did you feel when you were really depressed?
It was a feeling of being in pain all the time. An agony. It was just hurting. I was really hurting inside. And I felt alone and helpless, powerless. And I just felt no hope. You know, I just wanted to die.
When I am really in depressions, I try to get attention anyway. I've even been very violent with Dawn sometimes because I feel like I need hugs and stuff like that. You know, I was really down. I wanted to jump off a bridge. I wanted to do anything because I didn't really care about myself. I always thought my parents didn't care for myself, well, care for me in any way. So I felt that my best bet was just to leave, you know, leave everybody alone. That I wouldn't have to be worrying anybody, and nobody had to take sides, and then my parents would be free from me, you know, from bothering them and making them sad and hurting them.
What advice would you offer a friend who's like seriously depressed, like even contemplating suicide?
Contemplating suicide, wow. Talk to me.
Suicidal, well, I tried to discuss it with him first and see what actually the problem is. And if there was nothing I could sort out with him, then I would go to an adult also.
Yeah, Sean was extremely...
8 months ago, Derek's younger brother committed suicide. He suffered from a depression due to a chemical imbalance. Stefan talked to Derek in Toronto.
I think it's very frustrating to be when you're close to somebody that is really depressed. Because when you sit with them and you talk to them, when they're that low and they're feeling that down, they don't like to let any of the good feelings come in.
Were you aware of how depressed he was?
Well, the day before Sean committed suicide, he phoned me and he left a message on my machine, and he sounded really up and was, "Hi Dee, how's it going? And sorry I missed you, sorry you weren't at home, and I'll give you a call later, see you later, guy." And you know, there would be no way of telling from the phone message. And that was the last I heard of him.
It's for you.
Would you please leave me alone?
Don't worry. I won't bother you anymore.
Good.
I just came to say goodbye.
Why? Where are you going? What a creep. Don't worry about it.
You all right? I can't imagine what it'd be like for real, but my character on the show, when he found a suicide victim, he felt a lot of guilt because of it. He felt that if he was there a minute earlier, he might have been able to do something about it. Do you feel any guilt?
It was an incredible amount of guilt. You think back to the times when you were fighting, when you were young, arguments, things you said to each other, cruel things. You feel guilty. You think that maybe somehow some of those things you said stuck with them, and that was one of the reasons, one of the things that bothered them and pushed them to make that decision to commit suicide. But I think to myself, he's looking down on me, and I don't think he'd want me to harbor a ton of guilt or bad feelings over this.
Did you love your brother?
I loved him very much.
At our school, just a little while ago, one of my friends killed himself, and everybody's been really upset about it. It was really hard to handle. Everybody has been depressed for a long time about that.
Yeah. I tell them that it's not a way out, and it's not fair for them, because not only would they be hurting themselves, but they would hurting me and their parents and their friends and people they don't even think care, but a lot of people care.
What I have to live for is my baby, my boyfriend. So we're supposed to get married next month, so it will be nice. Hopefully things work out. And hopefully this depression will get better, and, you know. So I just want this depression not to bother my life anymore.
Carol had been in and out of hospital fighting depression for most of her life. On May 15th, 1991, Carol took an overdose of pills. She committed suicide.
Biggest dream I think that was lost to me when Carol died was our plans to get married. We'd been planning it, and in fact my dad was even fixing up the yard, because we were going to have it at his place. So he'd gone and he was redoing the whole yard and planting flowers and everything so that they'd all be in blossom by the time we had the wedding and everything. And you know, we'd finally set the date. We were going to go out and buy invitations and everything. And now that's all gone. The thing I miss the most is just being with her. Laying beside her, you know, whether laying in bed when we're going to sleep or laying on the grass, whether at night watching the stars or during the day. There's a lot to miss about her. So many things, just being with her.
Do you ever feel mad or angry at times?
I feel anger at her for what she did, disappointed for what she did. I don't know, it's really hard when you lose someone, especially when you've worked so hard to get your life together. When everyone kept telling us the odds are against you, you're not going to make it, you're going to lose the baby. You know, if you get married, you'll be divorced within a year, you know. And no, we said no, we're going to prove you all wrong, we can do this. And then to have all those dreams just shattered in an instant, it's hard.
I couldn't believe how sad and angry I felt when I was talking to Don. I could really feel his pain. Look, if you're experiencing depression, please find someone to talk to. There are people who want to listen.
In grade 12, I eventually got up the courage to talk to a friend about being gay. A lot of kids teased him because he and his girlfriend, you know, were very close, and they're sort of joined at the hip. And they're really so supportive. And they're the first people my age that I managed to tell who didn't hold it against me. And what I found is that the only way to do it is to just be yourself, because the people who like you for what you pretend to be aren't really your friends anyway. The people who like you no matter who you are the people who are your real friends.
Do you ever get depressed?
Well, I'm just a happy girl, so I don't really get depressed because I have wonderful friends and I have a wonderful family.
What do you do to get yourself out of a depression?
Well, there's lots of things to do. I think the best recommendation is to get lots of exercise and relax. Like reading helps, suntanning on the beach.
I like to talk to somebody when I get depressed. Like talk to one of my best friends and tell them what's going on. Maybe they can help me out.
To pick myself out of depression, I usually talk to my parents or friends or even teachers, someone close.
I've finally realized that it's okay to talk to your parents because they're on your side.
We only had one family meeting, and it was amazing how much it helped me. Everything, not everything, but a lot of things came out in the open.
I started to learn about spirituality. And I started